All right, FanAd MLB video for September 12th. Generally, I would recap yesterday's results in our contest. The problem is, if you watched the video yesterday, we were hoping we could find a contest with the 3 games that we analyzed, but we couldn't. FanDuel didn't offer one to enter, so we will just move on to today's games. Before we get started in the analysis and do a little marketing here, if you look at your video, you'll see the red button here that you can click on to get the full FanAd. You can find your own games, your own contests, do your own analysis, and not rely on me. Below that, if you submit your email address, we're going to send you the games we analyzed today, plus 1 bonus game for free. And below that, you'll see a place where you can watch a 15-minute video that explains how to interpret all the FanAd indicators, which we strongly recommend you look at and understand, so again, you don't have to rely on me. If you're watching this on video, watching this video on YouTube, click the link in the description below the video, click the link in the description below the video, and you'll come to a page where you can get all that stuff that I just talked about. Okay, with that, let's dig into the analysis for this contest tonight. This is an actual contest on FanDuel. I'm going to start out by calling myself a liar because I said we'd send you a bonus game if you submit your email address. I'm actually going to cover that bonus game here because these 4 games are in a contest. I usually only cover 3, but I'm going to cover 4 because I want to give you all the games that are in this contest. So let's go through and try to find our pitcher as usual. First thing we look at is the PR plus, and we look at there's a lot of pitchers we don't want, so that makes it pretty easy for us. We don't want this one, 49. We don't have to look any further. Don't have to look at any other indicators. We're not going to take a pitcher that's got a 49 PR plus, or a 73, or a 70, or a 54. 88, 83 is coming up a little bit, so we could consider, Kyle Gibson from Minnesota, but there's better choices. We're not going to consider this 79, even though I guess we could consider, there could be a case made. He's got a good strikeout rating, but what we're going to do is we're going to put one entry in, or we're going to put only one. We're going to use only one pitcher tonight. It's going to be Quintana from the Cubs. Now, it's a pretty obvious choice.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Everyone's going to use him. He's going to be the highest priced pitcher. But we're gonna try to get our separation using sluggers. I think we can do that. So we're just gonna hope Quintana has a good night. He's got an average recency, good strikeout rating, and we like the fact he's got a good bullpen backing him up. So when he leaves the game, hopefully the bullpen will take over for him, and if he's ahead, he'll get the win. So we're gonna use Quintana on all of our entries, and we don't know yet how many entries we're gonna put in until we analyze the sluggers. So let's go through and analyze. Now on the slugger side, things are not nearly as clear as it is on the pitcher side.
Are we clear?
So let's go through and just do a little analysis here. First of all, we've got a lot of low red PR pluses, which means we have a lot of teams that should slug pretty well against these teams. So let's decide which ones we're going to use. I think we'll use sluggers from Texas because this is just a horrible PR plus. It's it's an awful recency. So they're hitting against a pretty bad pitcher. Now the bullpen's okay, so why that's important is that we want the slugging to continue after the starting pitcher leaves, and they got a decent bullpen. But we're still gonna use sluggers from Texas. I also love this very high home run rating. So sluggers from Texas. Let's just scan down here. Probably won't take any sluggers from Seattle just in case Gonzalez has a good game for Texas. So we're gonna stay away from Seattle sluggers tonight. We could take some from the Cubs. In fact, we will take some from the Cubs because they're facing a 70 PR plus and a bad bullpen. So we love that. So again, Texas so far in Chicago, Texas sluggers, Cubs sluggers, and if we scroll down here, obviously Minnesota sluggers facing this horrible starting pitcher. Again, though, San Diego has a good bullpen, so if that pitcher only lasts an inning or 2, the slugging could stop. But we're still going to take a couple sluggers from Minnesota. Down here, we'll probably take a couple from St. Louis as well. So, we got St. Louis. We got St. Louis facing a red PR plus and a bad bullpen. So here's how we're going to play it. We're going to put 4 entries in. We just figured that out by going through this. All of them are going to have Chicago Cubs as the pitcher, and then 1 entry is going to focus on Texas sluggers and fill out the card with Chicago, Minnesota, St. Louis sluggers. Next one's going to focus on Texas sluggers. Or I'm sorry, one with Texas sluggers, 1 with Chicago Cubs sluggers, 1 with Minnesota sluggers, 1 with St. Louis sluggers. and then obviously you got to fill out your card with other ones, so we'll just mix and match from there. But each one of our strategy is going to be that each entry we put in with the Cubs pitcher is going to have a different focus on sluggers. Texas on one of them, Cubs on one of them, Minnesota on one of them, St. Louis on one of them, and then a combination of those sluggers from the other teams just to fill out the card. Hopefully that makes sense. Got a little tongue-tied there, but I'm going to leave it at that. Again, below this video, red button, click on that, get the full FanAd. You can find other contests for the night. There's a full card tonight, so a lot of games, a lot of contests. Below that, submit your email address and we'll send you these 4 games. And if you're watching on YouTube, click the link in the description below the video and you'll get to a page where you can get both of those. I'll stop it there. Wish you good luck, and we'll be back at you tomorrow for, I think there's some early games tomorrow on Wednesday.